Dr. Doom, one of the greatest villains ever brought to life by Marvel Comics. He possesses a genius-level intellect, is highly adept in the ways of sorcery, is the charismatic leader of Latveria, and has become one of the most powerful beings in the universe on multiple occasions. I'm Adam Andrews with Top 10 Nerd, and let's talk about the top 10 most powerful Dr. Doom variants, shall we? Number 10, Ultimate Dr. Doom. Victor Van Dam of the Ultimate Universe of Earth 1610 was caught in the same accident that gave the Fantastic Four their abilities. For Victor, his flesh was changed into an organic metal, his legs became goat-like and his hands gained claws. With his metal body came the power to alter the density and nature of his skin, forming porcupine-like quills that he could even throw at enemies. This Dr. Doom, just like his Prime Earth counterpart, was an intellectual genius and also a powerful sorcerer, showing the ability to summon creatures like the Lovecraftian Svilpogua, which I'm not even going to try and fix my pronunciation of. He also seemed capable of performing Atlantean magic and apparently grew in his magical proficiency since he claimed to be the Sorcerer Supreme of his Earth when facing Jean Grey in All New X-Men Volume 1, number 36 from 2015. Number 9. House of M. In the warped reality of the House of M, Dr. Doom kind of gets everything he wants. Minus his mother, and minus world domination, and minus a lot actually. Okay, he doesn't really get anything he wants completely, but he does become really cool, sort of. He allies with Magneto when the human-mutant war erupts, and when the mutants come out on top, Doom took over the kingdom of New Latveria, marrying his childhood sweetheart Valeria. He found a way to combine magic with technology and cosmic rays to empower himself with a liquid metal body that is virtually indestructible and can be stretched and transformed into weapons. He also upgraded his wife with powers to control mystical shadow constructs, and their adopted son with powers similar to the Human Torch. Teaming up with this reality's Ben Grimm, called just It, they form the Fearsome Four, a strike force used by Magneto to keep other superhumans in line. Number 8. Doom 2099. The Victor Von Doom of the Dark 2099 stories is surprisingly actually the 616 Doom, but transported to the mind of a younger Latverian man. He maintains all of his intellect and inventive genius, and he also gets some upgrades. His body is infused with nanotechnology, which increases his reflexes and strength considerably. But on top of that, Doom wore a sophisticated nuclear-powered adamantium battlesuit, which granted him superhuman strength, contained jets for flight, housed a personal force field, and discharged concussive force blasts. He could also electrify his armor's surface, which is kinda cool. The armor contained a 4-hour air supply and could be sealed for travel into outer space or underwater. His upgraded armor added abilities that allow him to phase, which the original Doom armor could not. The only downside to this variation of Doom is that he is not as adept in the mystical arts, due in part to memory loss. But he is a genius in physics, robotics, cybernetics, genetics, weapons technology, biochemistry, and time travel. And one last little tidbit, he became President of America, so there's that. Number 7. Infamous Iron Man. After the events of Secret Wars and reality being brought back to normal, Victor Von Doom was unsatisfied with his life, and finding that he couldn't find satisfaction serving himself, even as God Emperor, he decided to switch his morality and try and serve and help others. He took on a bit of a mentor in Tony Stark, whom he had always respected, and when Tony Stark was put into a coma, Doom decided to take his place as the infamous Iron Man, which was a great reason to give us Dr. Doom in a highly advanced suit of Iron Man's Model Prime Mark 51 armor. While also being the coolest looking Iron Man ever, the armor was retrofitted into Doom's style and was used alongside his magical abilities. So, Iron Man with Doom's magic is basically what we have here. To make things even better, Doom's intellect and sorcery were near their peaks during this period in time, so he is truly an incredibly powerful hero, even if he does kinda go back to his old ways eventually. Number 6. Sorcerer Supreme. On Earth 938, the setting of the 1989 What If issue 52, when Doom failed to rescue his mother's soul from Mephisto, he sought out the Ancient One to learn and train in the mystic arts and be able to finally save her. Now, during the time of his training, he becomes extremely powerful, reaching a level of mystical magical power that made him worthy of being Sorcerer Supreme, while also still being a technological genius and master schemer. He, alongside the Ancient One, freed his mother from Mephisto at the cost of the Ancient One's life. When Mordo tried to take out Doom, Doom implanted a microscopic device inside Mordo's head that would detonate if Mordo ever crossed him again. When Stephen Strange came to seek help from the Ancient One for his damaged hands, Doom just cut them off and replaced them with robotic ones. And he eventually banished the Dread Dormammu from Earth after he invaded. That last feat did fatally wound the new Sorcerer Supreme though, but using his Doombots, he kidnapped Dr. Stephen Strange and used his own personality and memory to overwrite Strange's, turning Strange into a copy of Doom, ensuring his legacy would live on and he could continue to be the Sorcerer Supreme in a new body for basically ever. Number 5. Dr. Juggernaut. Heroes Reborn! Welcome to a world where Tony Stark never built an Iron Man armor, where Thor is a hard-drinking atheist who absolutely despises hammers, where Wakanda is nothing but a myth, and where Captain America was never found in the ice because there were no Avengers to find him. In their place, this world has always been protected by Earth's mightiest heroes, the Squadron Supreme of America. Just like the Justice League, but Marvel. This team does battle with crazy foes, one of which being Dr. Juggernaut. Now, if you haven't guessed by now, yes, this is a world where Victor Von Doom took possession of the Gem of Sidorak. And again, yes, this is as completely awesome as you might think it is. His story is one of revenge. He used to be the king of Latveria before that pesky squadron jumped in and turned the government into a democracy with fair elections. Ugh. Doom came in last, and he was eventually banished to the negative zone, but came back with sights set on not just his kingdom, but the whole world. With the powers of Dr. Doom and the Juggernaut, this guy was capable of going up against frickin' Hyperion. He led the Masters of Doom, putting him in charge of crazy powerful villains like Allgog, which is Mangog with the powers of Odin, which is just a Black Skull, who is Red Skull plus Venom, and Silver Witch, which is self-explanatory. Oh, and Thanos. Number 4. Doom the Living Planet. The legends go that Dr. Doom of Earth TRN-157, the world of Astonishing Spider-Man and Wolverine, sensing that the end was near, decided to transfer his consciousness into the one thing big enough to contain his absolutely massive ego: a planet. This Doom, the living planet, could travel through space at the speed of light and manipulate matter on a cosmic scale. He also had the means to launch massive planet-wide invasions with an army of Doom bug bots. Now, to be completely open and honest with you, he doesn't last very long in his story. But that's only because he is shot by Wolverine with a weapon that harnesses the entire power of the Phoenix Force and was made for the sole purpose of destroying planets. But the panel where he was floating over New York and bellowing, "Doom hungers." So cool. Number 3. Otto Werner von Strange. In Devil's Reign Superior 4, we see one of the most powerful versions of Dr. Doom. And the funny thing is, he is combined with one of the villains you wouldn't think to be all that powerful. This Dr. Doom is combined with Dr. Octopus. So that's an interesting combo, but he's also fused together with Dr. Strange. There are a lot of doctors here. Yes. This Doom from Earth 8968 has become Sorcerer Supreme, and he is able to subdue Wolverine, Ghost Rider, Hulk, and regular versions of Doc Ock. He is easily able to best 3 of the strongest Marvel heroes at the same time. He has total command of the forces of magic and better control over his mechanical arms than the original Otto does. He can manipulate the multiverse, communicating and casting spells over different realities, and can even pull the other Ottos to his own Earth with a simple gesture. By his own volition, he has liquefied Shumagorath, had Dormammu grovel at his feet, and burned Null to ashes. These are all cosmic level threats that many times got close to destroying Earth 616 and its universe. Number 2. End of Time Doom. Earth 14412 is home to a Dr. Doom who is more than just a Sorcerer Supreme. He is the Fist of Iron, the Starbrand Supreme, the Master of Mystic Vengeance. He is the End of Time Doom. He has powered himself up with the Starbrand, Iron Fist, the Eye of Agamotto and Cloak of Levitation, and a Spirit of Vengeance. In this reality, King Loki had destroyed all of humanity, with Doom being one of the few survivors. King Thor and his 3 daughters, the goddesses of thunder, restored life to the earth, and Doom came to conquer it. Naturally. He completely stomped the 3 granddaughters of old King Thor, who themselves were powerful enough to destroy Omnipotent's city. And he was only stopped when old King Thor, who wielded the Odin Force, or more specifically the Thor Force, was also empowered by the Phoenix Force. Also, this Doom looked incredibly cool, but he was still not as powerful as the number 1 spot. Number 1. God Emperor Doom. During the events of the incursions that would lead to the most recent Secret Wars event, Victor Von Doom, with the help of Molecule Man, gains the powers of all the Beyonders, a race of beings from beyond the multiverse responsible for basically everything there is, and powerful enough to destroy Marvel's various cosmic entities, so that he could forge the remnants of the multiverse together into Battleworld and rule it as God Emperor Doom. While empowered by Molecule Man, God Emperor Doom had the powers of reality warping, matter manipulation, energy manipulation, plus all the super enhancements and his former powers. But just listing his powers isn't going to suffice. It's his feats that truly prove his power. Other than forming Battleworld or Earth 15513, God Emperor Doom has turned Johnny Storm into the son of Battleworld. He has created a new and improved Eye of Agamotto for Doctor Strange, he's completely disintegrated Doctor Strange, ripped Thanos' spine from his body and turned him to ash, de-lifed the Phoenix Force Cyclops, defeated Black Panther, who was wielding the Infinity Gauntlet, created the hammers of his Thor core, and even gave the Thors their power. God Emperor Doom was the 3rd most powerful being in the entire Marvel multiverse, only being surpassed by Molecule Man and the One Above All. If you had the powers of the Beyonders, what would you do? I'd tell you what I'd do, but instead I have to end this video. Make sure to like, comment, and of course subscribe here at Top 10 Nerd for more videos like this one. I've been your host, Adam Andrews. You can find me on Instagram down in the description below. But for now, and as always, peace out, nerds.